Hello, I am Valentina, and this is my company. At Funwood, we make all kind of furniture: beds, closets, shelves, tables, chairs, pet houses, and so on. My family and I started our company 4 years ago, and we have been able to make articles like people prefer over others. We will make a really interesting product of our conventional things. I think is what makes a success. However, as our company began to grow and we had to hire more people, we started to have troubles. I noticed that our employees were disorganized. You will see one of them doing a task, and 2 seconds later, he was busy and other completely unrelated at the first one. At the end, they were so busy to doing all kind of things that they finished nothing. And this started to have consequences like delays in deliveries, dates, and low quality in some articles, which weakened and the trust relationship of our clients and had built with us. At this point, I decided that we couldn't lose everything that we had built until now. I don't know why is it happening, so we could really use some help from an expert. This is how I found Sophia, an organizational psychologist that works as consultant. We agreed to meet today, and I think she is about to arrive.
Hello, Valentina. How have you been?
Hi! Well, a little worried to be honest.
No worries. We're going to take a look at how you're managing some processes at your company, and based on that, we will find some strategies to improve. First, I wanted to ask you, which are the positions that you defined in your company?
So, there is the administrative area and then the plant area.
Okay, could you tell me how is the plant area divided?
We have different processes going on there. For example, we need to measure and cut the wood. Then this wood is put together according with the standards we have to every article. After that, we have to paint it, leaving in the drying area, and then it's packed and sent.
Perfect. You told me the processes that are done in the plant area, but how are your workers divided in those processes?
Well, that is not completely delimited. A worker can perform every kind of task in one day. It is something we do so they don't get bored or doing the same thing all day long.
So you don't have defined positions for your work at the plant area? I mean, there is just one position and that includes everything you do at the plant?
Exactly.
Okay, I am going to explain to you some things that can be helpful. Have you heard about job description? Job description is a strategy used to identify what are the main characteristics and activities that a person has to fulfill in order to perform a specific job. It is used in many organizations to improve the development of processes and to be clear on what are the profiles required for each position within the company. I would like to know something. What do you take into account when you hire someone?
I hire people that have worked with furniture in the past.
Okay, we may want to take a deeper look in that aspect. In order to have the person for the task you need to do, you have to define exactly what you need and the characteristics that someone has to have in order to perform well. Have you heard of job analysis? Job analysis is defined as a systematic process in which you collect and evaluate information about the task, responsibilities, and context of a specific job. Job analysis has some advantages. First, it provides the basis for solid performance management. Second, it can be used to determine payment levels. Third, employees or applicants can get an immediate understanding of what the organization expects. Fourth, it improves the process's efficacy and the assertive communication channels. Fifth, it benefits the organization to hire the correct person. Sixth, it helps to identify applicants that aren't qualified for a peculiar position. However, it has some disadvantages. First, It doesn't always have enough flexibility, so employees aren't free to work in different ways. Second, if you create a wrong or a really summarized job description, the employee will develop his activities in an unexpected way. You need to be specific and clear. Third, sometimes creating a job description takes a lot of time, and it is not a simple process. Fourth, job descriptions need to be constantly reviewed and updated. Now we're going to see how the process is done. First, we have to make a job summary, which is a description of the most important functions and capabilities of the employee. Second, we have to design a list of job functions. In this part, we have to make a detailed description of what the employee has to do in order to develop their work in the best way. Also, it is important to take into account the law to know the limitations of each activity. Third, requirements section. In this part, it is important to clarify the level of education, certification, and experience needed to be the ideal employee for the job. Fourth, other information. Here, we include important facts such as location, working hours, travel requirements, languages, among others. When you gather a pool of job descriptions within the company, it becomes a position description manual, which is a document that works as a basis for the selection of personnel, to create performance indicators, and maintain the limits of each position well established. All of this in order to minimize risks such as poor performance or poor quality products.
Okay, that's a lot of information, but I think that I understand what we have to do.
Great. The sooner we start to work, the faster you will notice positive changes in your company.